All right, man, Torture Talk. We back, baby. 6 o'clock show. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Excuse my gray, because it look like I got ash around my mouth, but I really don't, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just gray hair. Just gray hair. Don't look like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm seasoned, baby. I'm seasoned. All right, so today's episode, we're going to be talking about, was Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef set up by Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that, man. Before I get into that, you know what I got to talk about. You know what I got to do. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, sexy, voluptuous, skinny, tall, short ladies. Put a 1 in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content, and that's absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, thank y'all for all the donations. Links on the screen. Cash App, PayPal is in the description, all that good stuff. You know what it is. Thank y'all for all the donations. Let me know where you from too. I really appreciate that. They called me the hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 11,000 subscribers, almost at 12,000. I should be at 12,000 very soon and 1 million by Monday morning. So look, we're going to get into this clip. This comes from Moxie Approved. Love his channel. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're going to watch this and then I'm going to get my commentary. And that's what we're going to do. So, 6 o'clock show is in the building. So let's get to it. All right, so let's go.
One thing I can say is Jaguar, right? Very entertaining. And right now, she's making a lot of...
First of all, I want to say, shout out to Moxie Approved. Batman shirt crazy, bro. That's crazy. That shirt is crazy. I love it. I just wanted to say that. I'm a big DC fan. Hey, don't unsubscribe. Because I know how all your Marvel fans are. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Money. I mean, some of the recent stuff with the cease and desist that's happening, it's probably about to be a wrap, but she's very entertaining, I must say. She did an interview that's going viral. She's been going viral actually this last year a lot. But in this particular interview, she brings forth another theory, a new theory. In this particular theory, she introduces the reason behind Jay-Z picking Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne. Now, we already talked about this on this page. I think it was a great business move, but she starts off by saying,
now everybody knows in the backdrop, Sean Carter, that you promised the South that the next time the Super Bowl came through, it would be a Louisiana affair. And then when Diddy goes and gets into trouble and you need to convince the white people you're still in control, you bring Kendrick Lamar.
Wait a minute, bro. Yo, listen, bro. I'm just going to say this, bro. I'm going to say this. If you believe Jaguar right now, if you believe anything she said, you're a fool. You're a goddamn fool. You're a fool. Let me explain something to y'all, right? This is the problem with her, everything she does. Have y'all ever asked yourself why everything she says is negative and some type of conspiracy or some type of spin? Why out of all these people, I'm sure that they did some good somewhere. Not saying let's exclude Puff, because I already know how y'all get in the comments. Let's exclude him. Forget him. We're talking about everybody else. She never has anything positive to say about anybody. Everybody's a victim of something, of some sorts. I haven't seen it. Maybe y'all got the interviews or whatever, but I have not seen her ever give a theory that has a happy ending. Not Siri, theory. A theory that has a happy ending. I never seen it. Everything is dark and gloomy and down the alleyway where nobody should go. I don't understand it. It's crazy to me. Now her theory is Jay-Z needed to convince the white people that he's still in charge by putting Kendrick Lamar. How does that even correlate to anything? I don't understand where she pulled this from, but I'm sure we're going to find out, because a lot of times she just be grabbing stuff out of thin air because she's making money off of it. So let's go.
Online, I couldn't find anywhere where Jay-Z made any type of statement where he promised down south he was going to let the hometown artist perform whenever he went down there. Look, the hometown artist at the Super Bowl has only performed like twice. The main one was like when we saw all the artists due to Eminem and Dr. Dre. We saw all the LA artists and the Super Bowl was in LA. It hasn't happened since. This is just some BS that people are talking about because a lot of people don't like Kendrick. They're Drake fans, let's just be real. But my favorite part of this interview, she said it early, is that Jay-Z is mad because Kendrick killed him on Don't Kill My Vibe.
We already know you don't like for the way he embarrassed you on Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix.
Now that's just hilarious to me. She's the first person, forget.
Wait. Oh man, look, let me just play something to y'all, right? Right? Of course, I think Kendrick had the better verse. You know what I'm saying? But that has nothing to do with nothing. That's nothing. You see how people just spin things just to spin them? This is what I mean about her, right? This is the type of stuff that she does. She what they call it? She confused. She's like a university teacher, what, a professor. She's like a professor who just talks and confuses the pupils. They just confuse them and keep them running in circles. That's what she does to a lot of people. We all know you're mad, and the thing is, she tries to make it seem like she is so she has so much impact on what she says, and she's so meaningful because she looks in the camera and she says it. She goes like this, she points to the camera. And we all know that you hate Kendrick. We all know you hate Kendrick because he killed you on Kill My Vibe. That's the type of she does. So how does this even correlate that Jay-Z hates Kendrick, but he put him at the Super Bowl? Like, I need to hear this.
Alex Jones. She's the first person that during a conspiracy theory, she gives like a song critique. I think that's fire. I'm gonna have to say Kendrick might have edged Jay in the second verse. This is his song. He had 2 verses. Jay-Z had 1.
No, I don't remember you. I don't intend to empty my memory bank. It's $1 million in it, baby. Hillary Swank. Sitting next to Hillary, smelling like that.
Told niggas when I was 16 that I had a 16 to put a nigga right on the big screen. In a paddy wagon with 16. Should have been in the pen, but now my pen rang with morphine.
He might have edged him. He didn't kill Jay-Z. It was nothing, no big deal that where Jay-Z would have had to have been mad at something like that happened. It's just rap. But I think that's hilarious that she like, yo, Kendrick killed him or Don't Kill My Vibe, man.
For the way he embarrassed you on Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix.
Now, she brings up that Jay-Z did this. He orchestrated this battle.
But we also know you got ties in TDE, Sean Carter, and you got a switch on top.
I'm just going to call BS on that.
What? Bitch, what, you read that before you came? Yo, I'm telling y'all, man. Anybody believe this chick, bro? Listen, I'm not saying that she lying about everything. I ain't saying that because obviously she knows something. But a lot of times I'm telling you what people do is when they feel like they can get away with a couple of lies and they have one truth in there somewhere and they could sensationalize a couple other lies, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to throw a whole bunch of bullshit out there because you can't prove it. You can't prove it. So it's like, fuck it. Let me store it out there. And I'm going to throw stuff out there that they can't prove. And I'm going to make money off of it. That's what I'm going to do. And all you stupid niggas going to eat it up. They're going to eat it right up. Now, again, I'm not saying that this bitch ain't saying something or doing something that ain't true because there could be some things in there that's true. But I'm telling y'all now, there's a lot of shit in there that's false. I'm telling y'all. And if y'all want to believe everything that she says, you can't listen. My thing is, and I always said this, once you introduce a lie, I can't believe nothing you say. I don't care if you told the truth 100 years straight. If you lie about one thing, just one thing, everything is compromised to me now. Everything. I have to question everything that you have said. Even if I know the truth, I have to question it because you lied about that one thing. And I don't know what you intended on doing with the other things. That's her. That's her. So when you make up stories, delusions of grandeur and all this shit, this is what happens. So I'm telling y'all, man, y'all can believe whatever y'all want, but I don't believe nothing she's saying right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I have to see it for myself. I'm not taking her word for nothing.
If you've been following this whole interaction between Drake and Kendrick, we all know that Drake orchestrated this battle by the way he was moving.
You know, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay. And then it was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like, if I asked you, for example, like, how does that verse start?
There he go. The hyena. Always fucking laughing. Always laughing. Stop laughing, Elliot. It's not funny. Things ain't funny, Elliot. Things ain't always funny, bro. Stop laughing. No, I'm just playing. I'm always laughing too.
No, and like,
Drake orchestrated this battle. It did not need to be Jay-Z, but she does say that Jay-Z has ties to TDE. One thing about Jay-Z is I'll never doubt or question who he has ties to or where his money is tied in that. I wouldn't doubt that, but this is stuff that anybody that has any type of toe, pinky toe, finger, or whatever in the industry will have an idea of. If you have any type of familiarity of the industry, this is stuff that you can figure out on your own.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. You can't put nothing past Jay-Z, whatever. But this is the very first time I ever heard, I never, ever heard anyone say that Jay-Z has ties to TDE. Now, if she's saying he has ties to TDE, and this is what I mean by people throw stuff out there, and it could be something that's true in there, but it's not directly true. Like, for example, Jay-Z has ties to Tidal, right? He's a part owner of Tidal or percentage or whatever he is with Tidal. TDE might have a contract with Tidal, and then she can say he has ties to TDE, and that makes her right because she's saying that he has ties to TDE. But the way she's saying it and the way she's framing it as if he has direct ties to the label and he's integrated with the label. And that's not true. It's like saying, what's his name? The Apple dude, Tim Cook. Tim Cook has ties to Kendrick because Tim Cook owns Apple Music and Kendrick puts his music on Apple Music. That's the shit she's saying, essentially. That's what she's saying. By saying that about Jay-Z. I ain't never read that or hear that anywhere. Never. And how come everything has to be, she knows everything, but no one knows nothing? I don't understand where that came from. How the hell does she know this, but nobody else knows? Nobody, not even people on the label know. How do you find this out? You're not close to none of these people. You're not in the inner circles with these people. Where did you get your information from? Because if you got your information from someone else, then it should be other people coming out saying this. I wouldn't think that would be such a conspiracy to say that Jay-Z has ties to a TDE. Why would that be such a conspiracy to say? I don't understand. So if someone knows something about this whole deal, why they haven't said nothing about it? I don't get it.
One thing she does, which I think at some point, she's probably going to go through a lot of legal issues because now she's tapping into people's family situations and mental health.
Just like why you keep having artists that want to jump off of high places. Shout out to Ab-Soul.
And yeah, I have a way that I talk about things behind.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Some of these people, man, they do this on purpose. And it's so crazy. I'm all for free speech. I'm not going to sit here and hold you. We have to give her a platform to say what she want to say because that's what free speech is. We can't suppress what she's saying. The problem is there's a lot of things there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of rumors. All that stuff happens when it comes to this. That is the bad part about social media because social media is a way where you could connect with people that's nowhere around you. For example, you might live in Jersey and there might be somebody in California who might say something. I think that it's a bad thing, and I know a lot of people might disagree with this, but I think it's a bad thing that I know what's going on in California. I think it's a bad thing that I know about the news in California. And the reason why I say that is because that's California affairs. Whatever happens there. So now, if I even never even been to California and never probably will, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell somebody about California. And that might ruin their experience. They might want to go for real. You know what I'm saying? But my interpretation of California comes from someone else who probably ain't even from California. They just went there. So I understand the whole thing of free speech. I'm 100% on board. But you have to be real careful because people like this, what they call them, sociopaths, they'll burn the world down and don't even care. You know what I'm saying? They'll burn it down. They don't even care. That's what I'm saying. So you got to be real careful about who you listen to and who provides you information. And I tell people, freedom of speech is a real thing, but misinformation is a real thing too. And on top of that, I definitely would tell you, don't always take people like her, people like me, people like Moxie, anybody. Don't take our word for it. Go do your own research because guess what? I can make a mistake and tell you something that was totally false, but I didn't know it was false because I got my information from somebody else. So you have to do your own research and come to your own conclusion because and at least this way you can say, well, I did my own research and I was wrong. And I came to this conclusion. But you can't point the finger at somebody, you know what I'm saying, and say, well, I got it from him because they're going to blame you for spreading it. You could blame them, but they're going to blame you. So I'm saying people need to just basically do their own research. And that's all I'm saying.
Closed doors, but I tend to not do that online, especially if it's somebody I'm not familiar with or somebody that I don't have actual beef with.
What was her name? Alori Joe?
Oh.
That woman threw herself from a control tower and impaled herself with spikes right before she was about to sign the TDE.
Come on, man. Like you asking him what's the girl's name? You know what I'm saying? You obviously didn't know the story. And my thing is, you always know everybody's name, do everything, and then all of a sudden now you don't know this girl's name and you know what happened. I don't know. I never even heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of that. But let's continue on.
Just to put a spotlight on somebody and the death of a loved one, you know, I think that's horrible. Even if she does know something.
And her fiance, Ab Soul, threw himself off the freeway out of grief and survived.
I'm pretty sure Ab Soul don't want people talking about this. She's very performative, and for me, that's why I question a lot of.
Y'all see what I mean? Like, what does that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? What does that have to do with anything? Are you trying to? What are you saying? Like, because to me, Ab-Soul and his fiance, or whatever happened to them, has nothing to do with Jay-Z. Unless you're trying to say that Jay-Z did something for them to do whatever they did, right? And I just think that's so disrespectful. And I think it's just so over the top for her to do something like that. I've never even heard of this story. Now I know. And I'm sure Ab-Soul probably didn't want nobody to know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he do. But I wouldn't want nobody to really know, or I wouldn't want to spread it around. And look what she did. That's crazy.
Things that she's saying because she's just too performative.
Why are all of the artists at TDE so unhappy? You got some of the best artists in the West.
How do you know that? This is what I mean by, I don't mean to keep stopping this, but this is what I mean by people like this, right? How do you know that they're unhappy? How do you know? Do you talk to any of these people? Was you there? How do you know? That's my question. How do you know this stuff? Because to me, it just seems like you just throwing stuff out there, but you don't know. You could say anybody's unhappy because maybe they walk around with their face frowned, and that's how they face sit. There's some people who literally face shit like this, and you like, damn, what's wrong with you? I'm cool. But like, why are you looking like that? This is how I look. I don't know.
There. Why did Kendrick Lamar feel the need to leave and start his own? And why is he able to release more records now that he's not at TDE?
Now,
What? Hey, yo, this is crazy. What do you mean? Oh my God, bro. I swear to you, bro. If you niggas listen to this chick, bro, oh my God, bro.
all the people she could have went after, she then started going after 50 Cent.
I tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop. That will stop. I'm sick and tired of you. And the truth is, they only like you for your money.
I think 50, just like Jay-Z, I think 50 Cent is the...
Bro. You see what I mean? You let somebody talk long enough, they just give them enough rope to hang themselves. That's just what it is. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And everything is something negative with her. That's how I know. That's when you know somebody, there's something off with someone. So everything is negative. Everything from the top to the bottom. Nowhere's no good people. I need somebody to interview and ask her, even with herself. When they ask her about herself, she says the same thing, that she's a part of all that too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, is this person really telling the truth? Because you can't, listen, I'm not compromising with the truth. It's either the truth or a lie. That's it. And I don't know if you niggas you cool with people telling y'all half truths. I'm not cool with that. That's still a lie. You know what I'm saying? If you going to give me a lie, then give me a lie. You going to give me the truth, give me the truth. But don't pretend like you out here acting as if everybody is evil and everybody is wrong and there's no good people. Like, come on now. Everything is bad? Everything? Everybody? I have not seen an interview where she actually gave a positive anything towards anybody. Everybody's always either doing something nefarious or they're all bad. Everybody's all bad. Even the people that's not even in the industry is bad. Everybody's bad.
Right one. I think 50 Cent is the right one because this is definitely something that could mess up business for him. She's trying to say he has a plot or plan to have something happen during the Super Bowl. I just hope that this girl is safe and know how to move, got protection and got friends and stuff like that, because the moves she's making, these aren't no playful move. I know the industry, I know these different type of personalities. I'm not gonna go ahead and drag the woman because some of the stuff she says has truth to it, but I'm just gonna leave it at there's some money making involved with this. Definitely, for sure, in my opinion, there's some money making involved with this on her end. Anger and money making. She then moves on to start comparing the Kendrick and Drake situation to Biggie and Pop.
I tell you one thing, it's been almost 30 years since Biggie and Tupac were taken from us. That was social engineering at its finest. It got people in line, didn't it? Now you think about Drake right now, and you think about Kendrick Lamar. That's looking about the same as Biggie, Kendrick.
This is not the same. This is not the same. I just want y'all to be clear. This is not the same. People like her, they want to muddy the waters and they want to pollute the well. But this is not the same. This is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Before Tupac and Biggie, before they even started beefing, this was things that was happening. Before they started doing records, there was things that was happening. And according to one of my good friends, Biggie never even dropped a diss track on Tupac. He said he never dropped a diss track. I said, Who Shot You was a diss track, and he said, no, it wasn't. He said that Biggie only referenced Tupac in the song with Jay-Z. That's it. But he never dropped a diss track. Tupac dropped a couple of diss tracks. You know what I'm saying? So this is not the same. This is not the same. And I hate the fact that she's trying to basically foreshadow something that definitely shouldn't be put out there. You shouldn't be talking like this because it's not the same. These dudes are not even the same caliber of people as them. They're not the same caliber of people. Both of them dudes were street dudes. You know what I'm saying? These two dudes I ain't gonna say Kendrick's not, but Kendrick's not a violent person. Drake's not a street dude either. But the way she's framing it, she's trying to make it seem like, well, this is a repeat. It's like, so let me get this right. So anybody that battles, basically, you have to be aware of this could happen, but it doesn't matter because anybody could do anything. But polluting the shit is not good.
Kendrick, Tupac, Drake. Think about the comparisons.
I really disagree with this. There's one part of this that she might be on to something, but come on, man. Like Tupac, that was really over a gang beef. You know, he jumped somebody. Everybody from the LA area, they all know that story, that whole situation. I came to LA a few years after.
And see, that's another thing. A lot of people keep getting these stories wrong. They're thinking that Big had something to do with Tupac being killed, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He didn't. And me personally, I think Puffy was stupid. He was stupid for bringing Big to Cali. I don't think Big should have went to Cali until at least everything was over with. You don't go to Cali knowing that you had an issue with one of their main stars. I don't understand how the hell, why would you take Biggie to Cali? You should have skipped out on Cali. I'm being serious. Y'all should have skipped out on Cali.
All that, like half decade after all of that stuff happened. So, you know, it's just a known thing in LA how that stuff happened and who's behind it and for what reasons. And a lot of that stuff is connected to gangs.
Imagine
comparisons.
If the same fate that befell Biggie and Tupac happened to Drake and Kendrick.
Just
and
imagine.
And as messy as Drake is right.
You see what I mean? And the guy's like, just imagine. It's like, no, nigga, I don't want to imagine something like that. That's not something we should be imagining. What are you talking about? Just imagine. No.
Now, I can almost bet that there's somebody that wants to turn his faucet off. Because if y'all think Diddy is a mess, Drake, he was being groomed to be next in line, see?
This Drake and Kendrick, at this point, is all hip hop.
You see what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. They get so close to the truth as possible. Who's gonna disagree with that? Right? Because everybody already feel like Drake is a clown. He is a groomer. He is a doodleball. He is on that page. But who was grooming him to be next? This is what I'm saying. So she could say whatever she wants. As long as she could get it close to the truth as possible, everybody's going to believe it. Because it sounds like the truth. But who is really grooming Drake? Who? It's going to lead you to wonder, and you're going to start to research. You can say, oh, damn, she was right. But you did the research, not her.
It's not connected to gangs. But there is one thing she said that, you know, she might be on to something. And it's something, once again, that if you're familiar with the industry, you can figure this stuff out. This whole Kendrick and Drake thing, I compare it more to Nas, the battle aspect. But with Drake, he is, because of his deal, his 360 deal, he's in a similar situation as MJ and Tupac to a degree, even if he's not selling. All the stuff that's going on, the deal that he has, he may be worth more dead than alive. This is some stuff in the industry that, this is not nothing hard to figure out. A YouTuber can figure this out. I did a video on it where how Kendrick has put Drake's life in danger. Knowingly or maybe unknowingly, you should go check it out. Just like you should check out how Kendrick Lamar and Drake copy Nas and Jay-Z. That's another classic of mine. I don't care about putting no self-promo in there because that Kendrick, Drake, and Jay-Z and Nas video, that took me 3 weeks to make it. It's an hour and a half long, so y'all go ahead and enjoy that. But whatever the case may be, look, I don't wish harm on anybody. I'm gonna keep watching Jaguar Wright. I think she won't be doing a lot of these type interviews within the next 6 months. I think it's gonna probably come to a halt because Jay-Z is now starting to send cease and desist. And I'm pretty sure 50 Cent probably gonna do something like that too. Respectfully, you don't want a woman like this going around spewing your name, spewing dirt about your name and stuff like that all over the internet. There are some holes in a lot of things she said. Like, she talks about now how she has copy of Diddy's tapes. She never said that before Diddy got caught by the feds. She never brought these tapes. After he got caught by the feds, all of a sudden she...
Now, and even when he just saying that, right? Y'all do know if she's saying she got a copy of Diddy's tapes, the federal government would definitely contact her and bring her in. Because now you're basically, you're impeding on a federal investigation. If you saying that you got copies of these tapes, they definitely would bring you in. They definitely would bring you in. Because you're basically, you could be disrupting their case. But I'm gonna let y'all watch the rest on this page, even though that was actually it right there, though. Shout out to him. Yeah, y'all gotta be real careful when y'all dealing with people like her. Because if y'all, and I don't mean to say this in a disrespectful manner, because I don't know everything either. But if y'all are people who are looking for something to just listen to and not really learn from, or just like gossiping, then she's the person for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you are a type of person who questions everything, you definitely should question what she say. Now, there's obvious things that what she says, it's obvious. It's obvious that Diddy's a dirty motherfucker. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it with our own two eyes. Other people have said this. So what she's saying about him isn't nothing new. Anything else and anybody else that what she's saying about, like Jay-Z, let's be clear here. We haven't really heard anything that's super crazy about Jay-Z. Haven't. Now, y'all could even say, some of y'all could even say, well, I listen to her because she gives me a glimpse of what's going on behind the closed curtain. But you got to ask yourself this too. Why would you believe her what's going on behind the closed curtain? Because she got you in a position where you kind of, I ain't gonna say have to believe her, but you kind of more inclined to believe what she's saying because she said what she said about Diddy. But if you was to do your own research, you are just outside of that curtain like she is. And you could probably pull back some things and you can look for yourself and say, well, damn, there's nothing here. Why would she say that? And the thing is, when people like her, when they get addicted to, how would I say, it's the social media effect on some people, they get addicted to that. Whether they making money off of it or anything, especially when nothing's happened, because they'll start out small and they'll test the waters and they'll keep going until they keep going. And the next thing you know, they're saying some of the craziest things you ever heard. But you've been following them so long that it doesn't sound crazy to you anymore. It just sounds like they're just talking regular. And now you are starting to be just like them because you are questioning things which you have no information, no nothing, and you're questioning things. That's cool if you question stuff. It's nothing wrong with questioning stuff, but you have to do a little bit of research first. You can't just believe what she says because she could be running you in a hole with her. You have to look it up. People say to me all the time, well, you don't have no evidence that Drake did some stuff. Yes, I do. Yes, we do. We have a ton of evidence that he was doing something. Not necessarily penetrating, but we have some evidence of people saying things out their own mouth and him doing stuff in front of the camera. So you can't say, oh, you don't have, yes, we do. And I wish people stop saying that. We do. But with her, you're relying on her. It's like this. She is an unreliable narrator. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show Mr. Robot. If you get a chance, if y'all into sci-fi and stuff like that, go watch that show. It's classic. Maybe one of the greatest shows ever made. He narrates the whole thing, but he's an unreliable narrator because he is delusional. And a lot of times, people like Jaguar, when you are living in a delusional state, you believe your own lies, you believe everything. People start to become delusional with you. So even if they don't follow along, it's convenient for them to just listen to you and take it and then spread it. Oh, I heard this. I heard that. Yeah, nah, he really did. Jay-Z really is. How many of y'all actually said to yourself, damn, Jay-Z really is a monster? Don't even know. Be honest. Don't even have no information of nothing. But you sat there and said, he is a monster. That is because you have followed her delusion. And now you're delusional too. And I don't say that in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying, get out of that and go do some research. Don't be lazy. Just go do some research. And don't do don't go to no website where basically it's biased, which means they agree with Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? You got to really do some digging. And if you do some digging and it's hard for you to find it, it's either one, it didn't happen, or two, they covered it up. It's one or the other. And you have to figure it out. You got to keep digging until you find something. If you don't find nothing, then ain't nothing there to find. They buried it. And that's it. So, but either way, man, thank y'all for watching, man. Morning show will be coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check that out. After hours, I might be dropping an after hour show too. So, all right, man, y'all have a good night, man. See y'all. Peace. Bye.